the pyramid system I use for a lot of my clients. Okay, so it's simple, it's the basics. Like anything in life, you don't master the basics, then nothing's going to work. Think of building a house. You don't start with the decor, the windows, the fancy lights. You start with foundations, brick by brick. Because if your foundation is weak, the whole thing collapses. Same with a car, for example. You want to modify it. Everyone wants to make your car go faster. You want to do fancy mods on it, whatever it is. But if the engine is rubbish and the components are not solid, it'll break. You can't add a supercharger or a turbo to your car if the engine's shit. It's not going to work. Same, fitness is exactly the same. So you need to really build you build your foundation. There's a hierarchy here. And the reason I'm doing this is because the first thing people always ask me is that what is it you eat? What supplements are you taking? Are you taking creatine? Are you taking protein powders? No, that's the top of the pyramid. Let's go to the bottom. Okay, so let me go there. So number one, right at the bottom, is the fundamentals. Number one, safety. Doing your basics properly. So I always go back to the core, which is compound movements. How to do them properly. Your warm-ups, your technique, the training volumes, the frequency, the recovery. If you can't do the basics simply and efficiently, you're just wasting your time. So really, really master these, the basics, your basic fundamentals. How do you work out? What do you work out? And I normally always go back to compound movements, doing a lot of training that builds your core. Okay. The next thing that we do is consistency. Now, consistency is the king. If you can't do it, get your life in order. To get the work done. It's very simple as that. Be adaptable, train on the fly. And why I say that is because you go to the gym, and in your mind you have, I'm doing chest today. But someone's using the machine and I can't do it, so I've ruined my day. No. Do something else. Okay, just get a workout in. It won't be perfect. Not every day's perfect. No excuses. Just do your work. I go to the gym 5 days a week. Maybe one day of the week, I have the perfect workout. I have a lot of time, and I have work to do at the end of it, and I have work to do before it. I'm not injured, whatever it is. So consistency is the key. So number one, fundamentals. Number two, consistency. Get your shit right. Number three is balance. You need a complete balanced approach. Yeah. So when I say that, is that do upper body as well as lower body. I see the guys at the gym all the time. They're just doing the biceps and the chest. What's the point? Just do the upper chest. Do your top and the bottom as well. So balance the body, and that's why I always go back to compound movements. You do your deadlifts, you do your squats, because it does the whole body. Okay, so you're balanced. Okay. The next thing is that don't just lift weights, do some cardio as well. Swim, bicycle ride, hike, walk a lot. I think that's very important as well. So, a balanced approach to anything else as well. The next thing is number 4, which is intensity. So intensity, again, you see a lot of guys and girls, mostly guys in the gym, they do the same reps, they do the same weight, they do the same exercises all over and over and over and over again. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay? What you need to do is, I'll tell you something. The body needs stress. Yeah? And when the body goes through stress, then that's where it adapts, and that's where the magic happens. Otherwise, nothing changes. You got to look in the mirror and see, are you lying to yourself? You've been to the gym, you've been going for years, but you still look the fucking same. What's the problem? It's the problem. You're not doing something right. So, and you say, and you look on, on YouTube, and you go, okay, I'm doing progressive overload, I'm doing this, and that. No, you're not doing anything. You're just not intense enough. Now, I'm not saying you have to do it all the time. 80% of the time, you should be intense. 20% of the time, you should be, just going through the motions. Okay, so that's enough. Okay, but stop lying to yourself. You're not working intensely enough. You really need to push yourself to really build your body, and to endure stress so your body can adapt. Very important. Next thing is advanced techniques. So, people always talk to me about, rest pause, drop sets, supersets, pyramid sets, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what you need to remember is that these are tools for, elite athletes, super bodybuilders. That's people who've hit their plateaus. And trust me, you and I are not, we're not advanced, or we're not elite athletes. Yeah. So yeah, you can put them into your workout, but don't do them all the time. I do drop sets probably once a week. I'll do a superset every now and then at the finish, my last 10 minutes. But that's it. Focus on the basics. Yeah. Do your compound movements. Go as heavy. Go get stronger. Yeah. And that's what you need to focus on. Forget about the drop sets, the rest pause, blah, blah. Don't forget about that. Those are advanced techniques. Put them in if you want, but really you're wasting your time, You got to stop messing around. Okay, top of the pyramid, supplements. As I said before, the most common supplement, the most common question I get is, what supplements are you taking? Are you taking protein? Are you taking creatine? Are you taking test boosters? Are you taking hormone boosters? Everyone wants to take shortcuts. Trust me, and listen to me very carefully. If you were to eat your equivalent of your weight in pounds, in grams, in protein, and do that for a year, 1.5 times, work out very hard with intensity, as I mentioned at this, this period system, 4 times or 5 times a week, and come back to me after a year. You will see the difference. It's black and white. The problem is that people are just not consistent enough, and they mess around. They go to the gym and they just mess around. They go in and they're not building their foundation. I'm 54 years old, so I'm like a really old second-hand car. And guess what? A really old second-hand car, you put a turbo on, you put alloy wheels on it, it's not going to go faster. It's a piece of shit. So what you need to do is you need to slowly do a nut and bolt restoration. That's what you need to do. And then when that's done, we start adding the supplements to it, and then it becomes the machine. Do you understand? Yeah? Then it becomes a resto mod. So that's what you need to think about, yeah? So forget about, what supplements do I take? No. You need to start at the foundation. If you're building a house, so the cement, the bricks, all the stuff that's boring we need to do till we get to the top of the pyramid. That's it. It's simple as that. Okay, just to finish, this is the quick conclusion. You got to master the basics, build your foundation, be consistent, train with intent, do the work, and stop chasing shortcuts.